We're bringing a pistol out of the shadows in this episode of Airsoftology Reviews. So one of the lesser known pistols out there, at least in even like the airsoft world, is the CZ lineup. But ASG's really been pumping out some of the new CZ models and existing CZ models into the airsoft world with some unique features. And this one definitely follows that trend, and this is the SP-01 Shadow. So the CZ75 SP-01 Shadow, it's a really long name, but it is based on the CZ75 platform. What you get is a very heavy metal frame pistol. And I say very heavy, it's not like overly heavy, but this thing is solid metal tip to toe. I mean, there is no polymer in this thing with the exception of the base plate here on the actual magazine. Aside from that, you're looking at a huge hunk of steel that will definitely add some heft to the pistol. But don't think it's all negative. While it is a little heavy for a sidearm, there are some benefits to this extra weight. But we're gonna run through the features first, and then we'll get to the shooting part. So the Shadow, the real one at least, is a 9mm platform. So you're gonna get something very similar. You're gonna get a average size grip here, but the grip itself is nice and contoured, and it doesn't have interchangeable back straps, but it's not a big deal because this is actually rather comfortable. I have average size hands and it fits me just fine. I put it in my wife's hands. She thought it was comfortable as well. And there's also good contours on both sides. So it is lefty and righty friendly when it comes to the grips, even though it does have those contours. And to finish off the rubber grips themselves, they are on the left and right side. They have like a diagonal or a little diamond pattern, so a nice good grip to them, but they still have a little softness because they are rubber. Moving at the back of the frame, you do have a little bit of that diamond continued in the metal pattern, a very large, big dovetail back here, so you won't have any hand bite when that hammer comes back. You won't end up any issues there, which is good because you want to grab higher up on that pistol. You want to be really driving real high up to get those good shots, and to have that extended dovetail back here prevents you from getting the old hammer bite that you've probably heard of before. Also in the fire controls as we move forward, you do have a safety. It is ambidextrous on both sides. You can flip it up, it's in safe, the trigger won't pull, you can still flip it back down, and then you're back ready to go. The slide release though is only on the left hand side. You're not gonna get an ambi on that one, so you will have to manipulate it. Now the good news is it is kind of recessed a little closer to your thumb, so it's not that hard to reach. I did have to take my hand a little off the fire controls to reach it and kind of reach over top of the actual safety, but if you use your offhand, it's really simple to reach, no problem. Because it's a CZ, you're gonna get that really low profile upper trim slide with a large bottom frame. That frame continues on here with a 3-section rail, but it gives you a lot of extra space to it. So 3 sections to lock in something, but a ton more space to actually put an accessory on. So a large frame flashlight like a Surefire or anything like that is gonna fit in here and not hang out crazy long either. Get little serrations here on the front of the oversized trigger guard, and you get a chrome trigger on the inside. To finish out the top, you do get sights front and rear. The back are your standard kind of just Weaver style sights, but the front is red fiber optics. So it's really easy and quick to get that target acquisition, but you're able to like look at that reddish orange fiber optic sight. Works well in low light and of course works fantastic in bright light. Under the hood, you're gonna get a solid build, your standard full metal components with the exception of your polymer parts inside where you're gonna have around your loading ramp and those kind of features, and full adjustable hop up inside too, so you'll be able to use 0.2s all the way up to 0.32s or even heavier if you wanna do that. You can dial it up or dial it down to dial it in for the favorite BB weight that you'll be using. So finishing up the internals, you get a silver inner barrel, so there's a little bit of contrast here to kind of go with that silver chrome trigger, and then of course you get a large 25 round magazine, green gas in the box. What's also neat is this is a dual power source pistol. So you get the green gas magazine, but you also can order aftermarket CO2 mags, which you can up the power on, which we'll talk about in the Chrono section. Taking to the Chrono, we saw 2 different readings because we are talking about green gas and CO2. So with the green gas mag, we saw a high FPS reading of 330, and it settled back into about a 315, 312 number there on the bottom end. Once you switch over to the CO2 mag, you're gonna see something a little higher, which is good, but it wasn't overly so. You're still well under that 400 feet per second number at around 360. Actually, it floated between 362 and 358, so it was really consistent on that CO2. And personally, with the kick you get, I would definitely opt for that CO2 mag if you guys have the budget to pick up spares. So guys, if you're in the market for a cool looking sidearm that actually is very popular in the IPSC, the practical shooting competitions, definitely take a look at the CZ75 SP-01 Shadow. Yes, it's a long one, just SP-01 for short. And you can pick these up anywhere ASG products are sold. And of course, if you guys want to learn more, I have a link over to a product page down below in the description. As always, thanks for tuning in. If you're not currently a subscriber, click on the logo in the bottom right or in the description and you'll always be in the know. Plus, if you like what you saw in this video and want to learn more, I've got a link down there as well. And if you haven't had your airsoft fixed just yet, click in the videos on the right or use the info button at the top of the screen for more. And as the saying goes, everyone has an opinion, and I do want to hear yours. So give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on this video, comment, and share.